Hello and welcome back everybody to Everlasting Summer. So, we are going to meet Olga tonight. And, or today or this morning, whenever you are watching this. And, yeah, let's see what she has to say. Slavia snapped me out of my daydreaming. And stop teasing Lena already. Oh my god. Rena. What the fuck? Sounds like there's someone inside. Indeed, a moment later, the door swung open. And Ulyana, okay, the red girl, is Ulyana. Good to know. And Ulyana ran out and dashed past me. Past with the same mischievous grin. Ah, this is Lena, probably. The pigtailed girl came out next. Don't let it bother you, Lena. So her name is Lena. Gotta be thankful it's not Rena, at least. But I don't. Instead of finishing her sentence, she blushed and quickly headed towards the square. Okay, so she's the Hanako of this game. Ha! Good to know. She has the same, at least. It's good. She seems like the lily. She is yellow. The Hanako is purple. I know what's going on. I'm such a douchebag. For some reason, I felt like turning and following her with my eyes, but Slavia said, "Come." Huh. Who the hell are these people on the walls? We entered the cabin. Inside, it looked something similar to what I'd imagined. 2 beds, a table, a couple of chairs, a simple carpet on the floor, a wardrobe. Nothing special, but at the same time, it felt homelike and cozy, although this room was almost in the same state of disorder as my own flat. Oh, so you are the boss. Okay. The girl standing near the window appeared to be about 25 years old. Nature had obviously gifted her with a pretty face and a good body. Huh. At least one thing can keep you happy in this pandemonium. The locals are beautiful. Yeah, what a random surprise. You're finally here. Excellent. My name is Olga. I'm the camp leader. Nice to meet you. I'm Semyon. I decided to talk as if I wasn't surprised by anything that was going on. She came closer. I have to differentiate the voices. I don't know how to do that, I'm just talking. We've been expecting you since early morning. You have been expecting me? Yes, of course. And when does the next bus come? And why do you need it? Yeah, right, why would I need it? Guess I shouldn't ask the direct questions. The people here may react to them quite unlike how I'd prefer. And I doubt I'd get any answers. No reason, just curious. By the way, where are we exactly? Our mailing address, I mean. I wanted to send a letter to my parents to tell them I got here fine. For some reason, I had the desperate idea that if I played along, I would find something out. Oh, but your parents called just in half an hour ago. Sent their regards to you. Now that's a surprise. So, can I call them? 'Cause I forgot to tell them something before I left. No. She gave me a sweet, spontaneous smile. Why not? We don't have a phone here. Then how could my parents make a call to here? I've just come back from the district's central town. I talked with them there. Ah, so that's how it is. And can I somehow get to the town? No. She kept the same smile. Why not? Because the next bus only comes in a week. Ha! That is inconvenient. I decided not to inquire how the troop leader managed to get there and back. I would get no answer anyway. All this time, Slavia was standing next to me and seemed to find nothing odd in our conversation. Oh, we need to find a uniform for you. I've got absolutely no desire to put on pioneer shorts or to wear the ridiculous red neckerchief. However, wearing winter clothes in summer isn't a great idea either. Right, thank you. I wonder if I'm the only one here who finds it strange that someone is wearing a coat and winter boots in such heat. Rightio. Okay, that's the thing, rightio. I'll be off then, and you can get yourself acquainted with the camp. Don't forget to come to dinner in the evening. Having said that, she walked out of the cabin. No, walked is not the right word. She rushed out. I ended up alone with Slavia. I must go too. Got things to do. Take a walk, look around the camp a bit. See you in the evening. If there's no threat or catch to this, then this is reality, as embodied by Slavia, becomes more and more appealing. Okay, dude. I have nothing against you so far, but stop thinking with your little friend in between your legs. For the first time today I realized that it was awfully hot here. Although obviously my winter clothes were to blame for that. I took off my coat and dropped it onto the bed. My pullover followed it. I was now wearing only the shirt. That's much better. All I could do now was follow their advice and go look around the camp. I'll try to find something out in the meantime. I wonder if there are boys. Probably not. Passing the local residential district, I saw a pioneer guy coming my way. Ah, okay, there are boys. And it was really a pioneer guy, not a pioneer girl. Apparently there were men even in this kingdom of Amazons. Hello, you're new here. You must be Semyon, right? And how do you? Everyone knows already. I'm electronic. Poor boy. Poor boy. I'm electronic, by the way. The real one. You can call me that. Electronic was a robot character appearing in popular Soviet film and book series. He looked like an exact copy of a school kid called Sergei Shesikov. Ah. Okay. Electronic. The real one. Things were going from crazy to completely insane. Alright. Ulyana also calls me cheesy. Cheesy. On toast, with mushrooms, because my last name is Chesikov. I see. Let me show you around. I accepted his offer, as it would have taken much longer to get to know this place alone. Fine, let's go. We ended up at the square again, as if this place was all there is to this camp. Lena was sitting on one of the benches, reading some book. Electronic confidently approached her. Hello, Lena. Meet the new guy, Semyon. He started briskly. Hello. Well, you could say we've already met in a way. Yes. She looked away from the book for a moment, glanced at me, blushed, and went back to reading, as if not noticing that we were still here. Alright, let's go on. I was at first surprised that meeting this girl was reduced to a couple of words, but then I thought that it was better that way. Electronic's various activity did not fit well with Lena's shyness. Let's go! Next we came to a building which I instantly identified as a canteen. And this here... I know, this is where you consume organic food. Yeah, something like that. On the canteen's porch stood the unfriendly girl who hit me on the back earlier. At the sight of her, my joking mood vanished in a blink of an eye. Really, now is not the best time to be pulling this guy's leg, even though he is quite hilarious. First I need to figure out what's what here, or at least where I am. Her, over there, that's Alisa Vachevskaya. Jesus. Be careful around her. He spoke in a whisper. Oh. Dva means two in Russian. The whole nickname sounds exactly like 2ch in Russian, a reference to the late 2ch.ru, an anonymous image board. So that is the Russian 4chan. Cool. Don't ever risk calling her Dvache. She doesn't like that. What did you say? What did you call me? She must have heard him. In the blink of an eye, Alisa jumped down from the porch and dashed towards us. Alright, you'll manage from here onwards. Electronic took to his heels. Run after him, do nothing. 1 second, please. First of all, we savor the gamer. There we go. Okay, and then run after him or do nothing. Run after him seems a little bit stupid. On the other hand, she doesn't seem to be in a good mood, rather in a foul one. But still, run after him. How stupid is that? Do nothing. Alisa, running past, stopped for a moment and growled, I'll deal with you later. Deal with me? What did I do wrong? I added a forced, guilty smile to my words. But what am I guilty of? She made no reply and carried on chasing Electronic. Okay, so that was the electronic boy. Looks like I'll have to kill time alone, waiting for dinner. I decided to go east. At least in the direction where east would be in my world. Soon after, I found myself near a football pitch. The game was in full swing there. I guess watching it for a bit wouldn't do any harm. In my childhood and teen years, I was not a bad player myself, and even thought of going professional. But a few injuries in a row killed my desire to risk my health for the sake of uncertain chance in the game. That sounds kinda sad, actually. Kids of different ages were running around the pitch. I could see a boy of about 10 and a girl of about 14 years old. A girl. Hey, that's Ulyana. Alright, so she plays football. What's so surprising? She seems a restless one after all. I was standing quite far from the pitch, but she still noticed me. Hey, you! Ulyana shouted. Wanna play? I didn't know how to answer. On the one hand, running around for 10 minutes is no big deal. On the other hand, any wrong move in my situation could be my final one. But in any case, my attire wasn't suitable for this weather. If I played in winter boots and warm jeans, I would sweat like a pig. And playing barefoot without jeans would be simply unethical. Maybe another time, alright? I shouted in response, turned around and walked back. I was followed by Ulyana's screams about my pants or about me being a pansy or something like that. Maybe tomorrow, man, maybe tomorrow. Evening was falling, making me feel tired and empty after a day wasted with no real purpose. Maybe I should have run after electronic, if I spent the day without a purpose. I came back to the square, sat down on a bench and gave an exhausted sigh. I'd better sit here and wait for dinner. After all, it's easier to search for answers when you're not hungry. They do give food to the people here, right? You know, it's curious how the simplest human needs can break the will to ponder on things, to strive for something. For example, I feel hungry now, so I care much less about where I am, or what is happening to me. That's normal, that is, the blah 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 pyramid. What was the sociologist's name? I forgot. Anyway. Could great people also be affected by this? Everyone is well... Yeah, and you know, at least to a certain degree, everyone is affected by that. And in that case, how did Spartacus start the slave uprising in ancient times? Well, considering that Spartacus probably was a successful gladiator, because he was not that, he probably had time. He wasn't always hungry, let's say it's like this. I can only conclude that I am not a great person, and it does not really matter which mechanism I serve as a gear in society. In the society, the matrix, or a weird pioneer camp. Cool. My thoughts were interrupted by the sound of bells jingling from a loudspeaker on a light pole. That didn't sound like bells, more like trumpets, fanfares, I don't know. It must be the dinner call. I headed towards the canteen. It was a good thing that I knew where it was. Olga was there, standing on the porch. I stopped and looked closely at her, as if I was expecting something. She looked back at me for a while, but at last came closer. Semyon, what are you waiting for? Come in already. Guess nothing bad can happen if I go with her. My stomach backed me up here. Seems like there are mostly ladies here. Yeah, more ladies than boys at least. Oh well. The two of us went inside. The canteen looked like a canteen. I'd had a chance to visit a factory canteen at some point in my life. This one was exactly the same, just maybe a bit cleaner and more modern. Metal chairs and tables, glazed tiles on the walls and on the floor, unsophisticated tableware with the occasional crack. Guess that's what a canteen in a pioneer camp's supposed to look like. Semyon, wait a moment. We'll find you a place to sit. She looked around the place. Okay, that is Alisa. Hold it right there. Olga shouted at Alisa, who was passing by. What? What's up with your clothes? Anything wrong with them? Indeed, her attire looked somewhat provocative. Get your uniform nice and neat right now. All right. Yeah, looks better, to be honest, looks better. Alisa got her shirt right and walked past, shooting an unpleasant glare at me. So, where can we find you a place to sit? There weren't a lot of free sits. Go over there, next to Ulyana. Maybe I... Yeah, it's fine. The food's already on the table too. I had no other choice but to accept. In common Russian language, kotleta, cutlet, is minced meat, fried or baked in the shape of a ball or a cylinder, close to American patties. Compote is a drink made by boiling fresh or dried fruit in a large amount of water. Compote in French. Ha! Or compote, probably in French. Huh. Cool. Of course, there was the possibility that the cutlets were poisoned with curare, the mashed potatoes generously seasoned with arsenic, and the glass filled with excellent antifreeze instead of compote. Well, at least the arsenic you will probably taste out, and I don't know about antifreeze stuff, but you know, it seems like you would taste that also. On the other hand, the moment you taste it, it's probably too late. But it all looked so tasty that I had no chance to resist. Chance. Ha. Hey! What do you want? I replied rather rudely to Ulyana, who was sitting next to me. Why? Why didn't you play football with us? Because of my clothes, said I, pointing at the source of the problem. Oh, alright then. Eat. However, there wasn't much left to eat. My cutlet was missing from the plate. Only she could have done it. No, more precisely, none but Ulyana could have done it. Give me back my cutlet. In a big family, you snooze, you lose. It can cost you a cutlet if you are careless. Give it back, I'm telling you. Attempt to take the cutlet. Do not attempt to take the cutlet. Shotomate kudasai, or as you say in Russian, I have no idea as you say in Russian, but I'll save, as usual, before I decide anything. Alright, no. Why would I fight about the damn cutlet? Really, I personally wouldn't. On the other hand, he's really, really hungry. He's really, really, really hungry. Well, I personally... delicate decision. Okay, let's think this through. What would I do? She took my cutlet. She's like 14 or something. Or at least she seems like 14. Maybe she's like 18. That's usually how these games go. Would I take it from her? Probably not. You always seem like the douchebag. No, I do not attempt to take the cutlet. See? I don't have it. And indeed, Ulyana's plate was empty. It seemed that this little girl eats as fast as she steals someone cutlets. Take it easy. We'll work something out now. She grabbed my plate and ran off. There was no point in following her. If they wanted to poison me here, they could have done it in a much easier way. Probably. About a minute later, Ulyana returned and handed me the plate with a steaming hot cutlet on it. Here's one for the starving. Thanks. It was all I could say. I was so hungry that my suspicions were gone in a flash. I picked up the cutlet with my fork, and probably the guy who stole it kicks your ass now. What the? Some bug? No, not a bug. An insect. It got legs and it's wiggling. The plate fell to the floor and broke into pieces. The chair hit me hard on my leg while falling. I've disliked insects since I was a child, but when these creepy crawlies appear on my plate, that's just way too much. You little... Ulyana seemed ready for such a twist and was already at the door, laughing as if she had just had a fresh stand-up comedy joke. I dashed after her. We ran out of the canteen. We were just a few dozen meters apart, and I felt I would catch this little girl easily. We ran through the square, past the clubhouse, and ran onto the forest path. I started to gasp for breath. I should have quit smoking, I guess. Ulyana passed out of sight on the next turn. It can't be true that she managed to get away from me. It simply can't. I stopped and tried to catch my breath again. Night was falling. Looks like I'm lost. That's a bad idea to stay in the woods at night. Better get back to the camp. However, I had absolutely no clue which way to go. I'll go to choose at random. Great. Ha! Ah! Yeah, at least you found back. I wandered for quite some time in the forest, and even thought of crying for help. But finally, I saw the camp's fence beyond the trees. Everything fell back into place. The bus is gone, I mumbled quietly. On the one hand, there was nothing strange about that. The bus couldn't just stay there forever. On the other hand, it meant that there was someone driving, because buses do not drive. Excuse me, because buses do not drive themselves. Or do they? Dum dum dum, dum 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 dum. I hate you. I hate you. Steam. Not the person, Steam. The word seemed too normal, but every event here had at least two explanations for it. An ordinary, real, everyday explanation, and a surreal one. Certainly, the driver could have just been off for a snack, and I left too soon, and that's why... in any case, this is not the place for me. Whether that bus drives itself or not was probably an unimportant question, but it was much more important to know how I had got here at all. And where this here was. The fields and the woods stretching towards the horizon had no answers. There was nothing familiar about them. A strange, odd, and alien world. However, at the same time, it was absolutely not frightening. Either my self-preservation instinct decided to resign from its job, or all this running around the camp and the local pioneers had lulled me so much with their carefree normality that I was simply forgetting what had happened to me just a couple of hours ago. Although I probably just had no strength left to worry. All I wanted was some peace, calmness. I wanted to just have a break from it all, and only after that would I continue looking for answers, ready and reloaded. However, that would be some time later. And what about now? Can I allow myself to relax? Yeah, you should at least look for your house or your cabin or whatever. It got completely dark, and in any case, it was better to spend the night in the camp. I was about to head back when someone came up silently from behind. Hello, what are you doing here so late? It was Slavia standing before me. I was so surprised that I jumped. So, you didn't catch Ulyana, did you? She smiled. I nodded disappointedly and sighed. No wonder. No one ever has. Yeah, she's a real rocket girl. She could have found a better use for her energy than looking for adventures. You must be hungry. You didn't manage to have dinner at all. Indeed, I had completely forgot about my hunger. But after these words of hers, my stomach drew attention to itself by giving a traitorous rumble. Slavia smiled. Let's go then. Oh, what? Is this canteen still open? It's alright, I have the keys. Oh, cool. The keys? Yes, I have keys to all the facilities in this camp. How come? Well, I'm something like the camp's leader aide here. Ah, I see. Well, let's go. It was an offer you can't refuse. Indeed it is. When we reached the square, Slavia stopped in her tracks. Excuse me, I should warn my roommate that I'll be late. She's so punctual herself that she'll be worried otherwise. You go on to the canteen, and I'll come in a minute, all right? I have the feeling something bad is going to happen if she leaves me, but okay, we'll see. All right. I really did not expect to find somebody aside from myself there at such a late hour, and that somebody was apparently trying hopelessly to open the door. Without any secret thoughts, I walked up onto the porch. The lock picker turned out to be Elisa. I should have probably kept off and waited. She looked at me intently for a while, then said, Don't just stand there, give me a hand or something. Meaning? Help me open the door. Why? 'Cause I want some buns and kefir. Dinner wasn't big enough. Is that really a good idea? Aren't you hungry yourself, huh? Ulyana didn't let you have a normal dinner, did she? She smiled sarcastically. It's true, she didn't. It's fine, Slavia will come now and... What? Guess I shouldn't have said that. I'm off then, and you'll pay for this. You owe me 2 already. Having said that, Elisa disappeared into the night. Hey! I want you! That is a stupid bitch. I already dislike her. I always dislike the tsundere, basically. It seems she's something like that. And what was the first one? So always this blinking happens when a new scene arrives, I suppose. Slavia didn't keep me waiting for too long. Is everything alright? Yeah, why are you asking? No reason, it's nothing. It would be better if I didn't tell her about Elisa. Probably. Everything is fine. I said that and immediately heard a note of dishonesty in my voice. Well, shall we go? As for Slavia, she seemed not to have noticed anything. Or at least she was pretending she hadn't. We entered the canteen. Wait a bit, I'll go get something. I sat down on a chair and obediently waited for my savior. My dinner was simple. A few buns and a glass of kefir. No wonder, I bet hungry pioneers finished everything off. However, even that was far better than most of my usual diet. Ha! Slavia sat across the table and looked at me while I was eating. Is there something on my face? No, just... She smiled. So, how did you like your first day in the camp? Well, I don't really know. It's silly to ask someone who suddenly found himself in a different reality whether he liked the food in the canteen, the camp leader, or his assigned hut. It's alright, you'll soon get used to it. Slavia stared out of the window dreamily. Frankly speaking, I have no desire to get used to such things. But as for her, she doesn't know. Or at least she wants me to think that she doesn't. Well, all in all, it's nice here. I had to somehow break the awkward silence. Do you think so? She asked without any interest. Yeah, this place is so... I wanted to see retro, but I managed to hold that back. After all, it was retro for me, but what about them? It might be the only kind of life they knew. If the term life was applicable here at all. So how? She watched me closely, as if something important depended on my answer. Well, I don't know. Lovely. Yeah, it's lovely here. I guess you're right. She smiled again. It's very good that you think so. Why? Well, not everybody likes it here. And what about you? Me? Yes. I love it here. It's great. Then you don't need to worry about what other people think. Well, I don't really worry. Slavia laughed. This conversation seemed to be leading me far astray from where I wanted to get to. And you're worried yourself. Really? Why do you say so? Well, when someone is chewing so intensely... I'm sorry. I don't know, I chew intensely when I'm hungry. Probably Semyon is as well. It's okay. I couldn't bring myself to be more cautious around this girl. But why her in particular? Why not any other local inhabitant? Every one of them looked completely normal to me. Precisely normal. So normal it sends chills down my spine and into my marrow. Normal. Not like a neighbor with a power drill in one hand and a subwoofer in the other. Not like a passenger you can often meet in a subway or in public transport. Not like a co-worker at the next table in an open plan office. Not even like a friend who only differs from other humans in his constant insistence. All of them looked normal, as I would expect them to be, with their own downsides but without any superpowers. And Slavia was also cute. I glanced at her, stealthily, not knowing what to say. I'm sorry, I wanted to show you the camp, but was ran off my feet. I didn't miss anything while on my own, I guess. Are you sure you haven't missed anything at all? She smiled so brightly that I had to drop my eyes in confusion. Well, how would I know? It's my first day here. Fucker, say, maybe we can go look together. Oh, well, that's at least what I probably would have said. Or maybe I would have said something stupid like Semyon. Okay, and what have you seen so far? I've seen the square, this canteen, the football field. And what about the beach? Just from afar. You really should go there. Or let's do it together. Jackpot for you, my friend. Yeah, okay, we will. Her naturalness started to scare me, but then I thought, what if everything that happens here is how it is supposed to be, and this world looks strange only to me, while for them it is... normal? Maybe I was thrown into the past. Yes, that would explain a lot. Can I ask a stupid question? No. Slavia smiled and stood up from the table. It's late. Can you find the way to Olga by yourself? Huh. What was a stupid question, though? Of course I can, but why should I go there? She'll settle you with someone. What for? Probably this question seems stupid, because Slavia bursted into good-natured laughter. You need to sleep somewhere, right? That makes sense. Fine, I'll be off then. Good night. Night. It's strange that she left in such a hurry. A bundle of keys left in the door lock caught my attention. I was going to catch up to Slavia, but where does she live? And knocking on every door during the middle of the night didn't sound like a bright idea. Who in the hell would leave the keys? Like, for real. I save, though. You know, if I want to replay the game, I can do that from these slots. Makes sense, I guess. Alright, here we go. Take the keys. I'd better take them. I'll give them back tomorrow, because who knows what happens here at night. Such thoughts gave me chills. It's me who needs to be careful here in the first place. I don't know about that. The night, though dark, wasn't silent at all. One could hear chirpy crickets, the songs of the night birds, and rustling trees from everywhere. A sudden desire to follow Slavia's advice and go to the camp leader's cabin appeared. I don't know why, but the sight of the unknown bronze builder of communism put me in a constructive mood. I do all the work. I sat on the bench and started to recall everything that happened today. That was all my constructive mood could offer. Well, that wasn't quite a lot. Here was much brighter than near the canteen. Here it was, I suppose, and tardy pioneers were running by, so this place didn't seem scary at all. Bus, summer camp, girls. I was so tired from everything new and strange that I could not come up with a single explanation from what was going on. I heard a barely noticeable rustle nearby. I shivered and looked in that direction. A girl. Reading a book. Lena. I decided to move closer and talk. She was the only person I had met here without exchanging of even a few words. I said hello. Hi, what are you reading? Lena was so surprised that she even jumped. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you. Never mind. She blushed and stared at the book again. So, what are you reading? On the cover was written, Gone with the Wind. Oh. Yeah, I suppose that was the thing in Russia. I mean, the developers are Russian. They probably know what existed in the Soviet Union and what not. Praise the book, keep silent. I mean, I've never read the book, but I personally would praise the book just so that we can talk a little, you know. Makes sense to me. So, praise the book. A good book. Thanks. Honestly speaking, I haven't read it. Well, we're on the same page, my friend. But I think that such literature suits her very well. Lena didn't seem to be interested in continuing the conversation. Well, if I'm bothering you... No, she answered while still looking at the book. Can I sit beside you for a while? Why? And really, why? Actually, really a strange question. Maybe just because I was very tired and having company is better than being alone. And maybe I wanted to find something out from her. I carefully examined Lena. But no, I doubt that. Oh, I don't know. I'm not allowed to? Feel free. But if I'm not bothering you... No, you're not. I can leave, just say. Everything is alright. Okay then. I sat on the end of the bench carefully. After such an intense talk, staying here was the last thing I wanted, but it wouldn't be nice to just stand up and leave. That didn't really go well, huh? Lena hasn't answered anything. It seems I made a fool out of myself. I bet if Ulyana was here, she'd have a good laugh at me. Do you enjoy being here? I recalled Slavia's question and thought it would be a good start for a conversation. Yes. She smiled slightly. I guess I like it too. Lena definitely isn't very sociable, and probably can't carry on a meaningless conversation as easily as Slavia. But there was something about her that attracted attention, like a momentary glimpse of a reflection in the glass on a rainy autumn evening, which makes you turn around and stare into darkness, searching for something that you saw out of the corner of your eye. Jesus, he transformed into a poet! What a picture he drew right there. Of course, you weren't able to distinguish or understand what it was, but it still felt so tempting. Lena was still reading the book without paying any attention to my presence, and I had no intention of asking her anything about this camp, or this world in general. Beautiful night. Yes. How in the world would you start a conversation with them? It's late, I have to go. Yes, it's quite late. Good night. Night. There was something strange about this girl. At first glance, she's a typical shy and modest peony girl, but the mystery of Lena took its own place in the massive lists of mysteries about this camp, which I had started to put together in my head. Okay, new scene. I wonder if I made the right decision. Probably, maybe keeping silent would have been better than praising her book. I don't know, to be honest. Maybe because, she's a silent type, you keep silent as well, that makes her more comfortable, she starts to talk, I don't know. Maybe it was the wrong decision. But that's what I would have done. And that's always how I play these games. I do what I would do in this situation, you know what I mean? Alright, so far so good. Let's go probably to Olga next episode and see what happens. So, thank you everybody for watching. Come back for the next part if you like it. I like it very much. And I'll see you then. Bye bye.